Okay.
Do what you want to do.
Hi, Marianna here with Castle Oak Homes, and I'm here with Joshua Orrantia from Country Real Estate. Now, he's the broker for Country, and I worked with him for a couple of months, and he's just been amazing. He's been a great mentor for me and for my entire career, and a great friend.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I wanted to introduce you guys to him and kind of want to talk to him about what it takes to become a broker, pick his brains a little bit on how to be a successful agent, and what he looks for in an agent when he recruits. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh?
Yeah, sure. So I moved up here to Tehachapi in 2002. I've been up here for about 20 years. We took a few year hiatus. I had to go back to Orange County for a little bit for my son. But then when we came back up here in 13, I was really trying to figure out what should I do with my life. And I've always have paid attention to real estate, right? Not just watching HGTV and stuff, but I was fortunate to buy my first place when I was 18. And so throughout the years, I've bought and sold my personal homes and have made some money. And so just the idea of real estate investing, refurbing homes. And then I'm like, why don't I just get into real estate? So in, I think it was 2015, October 1st, 2015, I got my real estate license as a salesperson.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then how has it been ever since? Do you enjoy being an agent?
Absolutely.
Do you have any tips for a new agent?
Oh, well, that's, yeah. So real estate to me, I mean, it's a lifestyle, really. It's not a job. I actually cringe when I hear somebody say real estate is my job, because a job you plug in at 9 o'clock in the morning and you plug out at 5.
Right.
And you don't take it home, hopefully, right? So this is 24/7, 365. We do live it and breathe it, and that's why probably when you see real estate agents, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, these guys are selling all the time, because yeah, we are. It's something that it like pours out of our skin. So yeah, number one tip, if you're going to get into this industry, you need to, I mean, people always say, oh, I can set my own hours, you know, I can just work on the weekends.
That was me.
No, you can't.
I have
Yeah.
a toddler, I can set my own hours, but it's definitely not the case, trust me.
Yeah, not the case. I think any time you're in any customer service or service oriented business, you have this idea what it's going to be, but it's really your clients, those people that you're serving are kind of telling you, you know, if you want to be any good at this, they're telling you what your hours are going to be. Yeah.
Nice. And then what do you look for exactly in an agent when they try to join Country Real Estate?
So the first thing I look for, you know, honestly, I really don't care too much about your real estate transactional knowledge, because that's my job. My job is to teach you how to navigate a transaction. What I look for is the fire in the belly, the passion, the work ethic, and a honest, true concern for helping people, right? I get turned off when somebody comes and says, oh my God, I want to get into real estate because I want to buy a new car, I want to make a bunch of money. It's like, no, that's the byproduct of what we do. Right? We're really here to identify people's needs, their dreams, what they want, get them to where they need to go. Oh, and then by the way, yeah, I'm gonna get paid, right? It's the byproduct of what we do.
It's not about the money, it's about caring for people.
Yeah, and it's true. It's 100% true. And it sounds like cliche-ish, like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, honestly, if you set that goal and you do it over and over again, anything you do in life, if you want to be a negative person, be negative for 21 days in a row, and you'll be negative for the next 21 years. You know, be positive for 21 days in a row, you will be a positive person. So if you just set your mind that that's what you're trying to do, it will happen naturally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm always a huge believer in if it's meant to be, it'll be for my buyers. I always say that. So don't just hang up on one house and just think the world is over if you don't get that house. If it's meant to be, that's meant to be your house. And another thing that I've learned, and especially in the real estate world, is you always have to give to get more. And you have to genuinely, truly give to earn more. And I absolutely love the train behind
Every
that.
time. Yeah, so if you're curious where Country Real Estate is located, that's the Green Street crossing right there. So yeah, I mean we get 30 of those a day. Matter of fact, I don't even hear them anymore unless we're shooting video. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, you have to get everybody. I always say, whenever you have a difficult real estate transaction, because some of them are difficult, some of them are super easy, right? But some can be difficult. And if you put it on one person's shoulders to take all the abuse, the hit, the pain, then it's usually going to fall apart, or it's just going to be even more difficult to get through. I think if we share the pain, and when I say share, that's usually, in my mind, it's all four people in the transaction: the buyer, the seller, the buyer's agent, the listing agent, everybody kind of giving a little. Then, like you said, you end up getting back 10 times as much. You get a transaction that comes to a happy finish, everybody's thrilled, and you move forward.
So I have another question for you.
Okay.
So me personally, do you want to become a broker one day? So can you tell me how to go about that and what it'll take me to become one and a successful one?
Well, so by law wise, be a broker, 2 years of experience in real estate. So you can't even really go there until you get to that point. But be aware of the number of classes and the number of days. So I think it's 90 days, 5 classes, 18 days. So that's 90 days. So if you really want to speed that up 90 days before you hit your 2-year mark, you start taking your classwork. And so there's, so just like when you're getting real estate license, you take your 3 classes, there's 5 additional classes for becoming a broker. And it's just a deeper dive into everything that we do. It does go into management and the rules behind management and the laws behind running a business as far as real estate is concerned. But it's just also, taking your broad knowledge and making it deeper, right? And so that's the number one thing. There's a lot of reasons to become a broker, not just because you want to own a brokerage. You just, some people will do it because it's a badge of a higher level of education. It's a bigger commitment to what you love doing for a career. So we even here have 2 brokers that are broker associates. So there's 3 brokers total in the office here, but they don't want to go through or are finished going through the hassle of running a business, and so they just want a place to hang their broker's license.
Nice.
So the question is, do you want to do it? It depends on your goals and your aspirations. If you are somebody who's constantly trying to get better at the craft that real estate is, then you do it for personal growth. And if you're looking to open a business, then it's a bigger commitment, and it's a bigger bite that you're ripping off. Okay.
And then you guys, so Josh not only is a broker with Country Real Estate, he is also a builder with JNS.
Correct.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that and what made you get into construction and building? I know you've had that in the past, so.
Yeah, so just again, real estate is so much more than just buying and selling houses. There's an array of avenues to generate income. You can do wholesaling, you can do flipping, you can do bank notes, you can do transactional real estate, and new construction is just another one of those avenues. And I love this town. I love Tehachapi, and so to be able to know that I made a positive impact for the next 20 years that I'm here, driving around saying I built that one, it's just kind of a cool feeling. And here comes that train again. Yeah. That's two in a row.
Gotta love Tehachapi.
But so we have a couple of different projects. We have one project that's building kind of that more entry level home, right? So it fits within that FHA guideline. We're looking for first time buyers, young families. So we have a home specifically set for that type of buyer. And then I had JNS Homes, though, does more of a semi-custom, larger ranch style home. We recognize the fact that if somebody was moving up from out of the area and they were looking for a big home on big acreage, most likely they're looking in Bear Valley, maybe Stallion Springs, and they're probably looking at a home that's 10 years old, 20 years old, sometimes even 30 years old, right? So a home that needs a lot of work, or is made with materials that are inferior, because there's been a lot of changes in the building code in the last 20 to 30 years. So you're looking at better siding, better roofing, better, countertops, everything, flooring, all that stuff is it gets better all the time. Homes with sprinkler systems and etc. So we're building a bigger, nicer home.
Do you have any coming up right now or in the works?
We do. Well, we sold one earlier this year on Old Town Road, and then earlier this year being 2022. And but our main goal is we have we have a number of lots up in Mountain Meadows, and I like that area particularly because it's 4.5 minutes from town. Right, it's not 25 minutes.
Is it considered off-grid, or are you still hooked
So
up
we're
to
actually
the-
gonna be on the grid.
Oh,
So
nice.
people have been slowly pulling property or power up from Highline. And so where we're located, we're still close enough. We're gonna be digging about a 350-yard trench and pulling power up and then providing it to the homes that we're building up there in that area. So you'll still be on a well
Okay.
and still propane because there's no natural gas up there, but you won't have to rely on, I mean, the houses will have solar because that's building code, but that won't be your primary source.
What's the price range for the houses that are going up there?
Those are gonna be in the mid 7s to low 8s, depending on, we have 2 different models, probably a third model. And they're 2,800 square feet, 3,100 square feet. So they're larger homes, 2.5 acres.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. That sounds good.
yeah.
And one other thing that Josh does, he now does property management. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, and how does one get into property management, and how do you build your clientele on that?
Yeah, so we're still learning a lot when it comes to that, right? So that's just another avenue to generate income, more or less, right? And to provide the service. But there's a lot of benefits to that. So again, by providing a service to landlords out there, making sure that we're staying on top of their properties, that we're managing everything, because it's for a landlord, it, you know, the less they have to do, the better. It's kind of more like a one-stop shop. They get in touch with us. I identify the home. We make sure that it's ready to go, get it up to standard for a renter. We do all the marketing. We take care of all of the applications, all the background checks. And then what we do is we put in front of the landlord, here are the prospective renters,
Right.
and let them choose. And then it's our job to make sure that the property, you know, is staying maintained, that there aren't any small maintenance issues that can turn into larger issues, always trying to maximize their profit,
Right.
essentially. And of course, you know, unfortunately, at the rate that California is going, every year we become more and more a renter state. And that's something that
Prices are just rising,
Correct.
skyrocketing.
prices are going up, even rents are going up, which is tough, you know, because we want to make sure that people have a place to live. And it's pretty much the housing supply. So that's like the other side of why we're building, because we need more houses on the ground, right? I mean, the California Association of Realtors will tell you over and over again that the affordability issue is really a housing supply issue. And if you look at just basic economics, if you have 6 products and you have 12 people that want to buy it, the price is going to go up. So we're trying to get more things on the ground. So that being said, there's more and more of a market, even up here in Tehachapi, for property management and opportunities for investors and property owners to take advantage of that market as
And
well.
you don't have to be a broker to do that, right? You just have to be a licensed real estate agent?
Correct, but you have to be under a brokerage that is willing to do that, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so this still, I mean, there are some special classes you can take for property management. You can go on the CAR website, and they have 10 courses. You can either get you get licensed with 5, so you can take a package of 5, or you can take the full 10. But a lot of that stuff is also geared to commercial apartment buildings, which we only have a very few of up here, and so you just take what's, you know, applicable for your area.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys hear that? So if you are a licensed real estate agent, or if you're thinking of becoming a licensed real estate agent and you're not so into just wanting to sell or buy, there's plenty of opportunities for
Tons.
anyone to grow, tons. Like,
Yeah.
so if the market's slowing down at the moment, there's always different kinds of avenues to get into to still provide for your family, get income. You just have to be a little creative about it. And I feel like Josh is one of the smartest people I've met, especially in this career.
That's very nice of you. I don't think everybody will agree with that, but that's nice.
That's okay. It's my opinion. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or any concerns or want to know what it takes to become a real estate agent, feel free to reach out either to me or to Josh, and we'll be more than happy to help you, assist you, and answer any of your questions. Do you have any questions for me now that I technically grilled you with all my questions? And this was all a surprise. You had no idea any of these questions were coming.
Yeah, no, you know, it's just, are you happy? Are you happy doing
I
this?
am.
Yeah, I mean, you're changing the lives of right? You're changing people's lives. You're helping people realize their dreams.
Yeah.
And I'll ask this question, is there any greater feeling in the world than handing somebody the keys to their new home?
No, actually no. Because it starts off from, I don't think I could afford to buy a house. It's like, okay, let's check out your finances. Let's get you connected with a lender. Let's increase your credit score to, oh, let's go take a look at some of the houses. And it feels so unreal to them up until the very last point. It's like, here you are, here are your keys. And like sometimes brings tears to my eyes because they're just so excited. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to give you everything that I have just to make things work for you, especially when it's first time buyers or young adults, young families trying to make a living for themselves and trying to build something for themselves, their own empire. So I'm all up for helping people, especially when they need it. So it's an amazing feeling. Like I've always been in customer service. I've worked at a hospital before. I worked for City of Tehachapi, but this is incomparable to what it takes to make
people are taking that largest transaction of their life, right? We're talking about anywhere in this market a $250,000 to $800,000 transaction or higher, and they're putting it in your hands and they're trusting you, right? And they're expecting you to do these certain things, and as long as you're communicating with them, and you become part of their family. And I've had numerous past clients go, hey, you know, he's like a member of our family, because you do they say, hey, I'm sorry, it's 8:30, but I had a question. 8:30 at night, I had a question. And you're like, hey, it's okay, man, no problem. You know, and you know that your wife and kids are like, God, he's answering the phone again. You know, we're supposed to be watching a movie. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I mean, just give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes.
It's funny because my toddler started to know my clients, so when they call, it's like, hi, so and so. It's like it becomes a family oriented thing completely, especially when it's after hours technically.
Yeah, but this great town, you're going to see those people again at the wineries and at the restaurants and at the grocery store. And you know, I always wanted to not be the person that had to dodge somebody on aisle 4 at Albertsons and be like, oh, I don't want to see them right now. So so you just
awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for your time, and thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. I will have another interview with our escrow officer, Freed Smith, next Wednesday. So if you guys have any interest in learning about escrow transactions, tune in next week and we will talk it over then.
Yeah, we're happy to have Freed up here. So
yeah. We love her.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Again,
guys.
past client.
Yes, past client.
Yeah.
Networking.
Yeah.
It's Tehachapi. Gotta help my clients in any way I can, whether it's in transaction or after transaction, because you become friends. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for